Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Project Era. Rishabh here with another third marathon podcast video focused on moving out, housing, logistics, very real world oriented. I'm kind of blocked off. I noticed by the side here, I'm on the display scene that's focused on Windows panels. Obviously, there's no browser here being shown or any program. So you're going to see me kind of like behind the windows here for a minute. I thought that was kind of neat. And I'm on the scene to start off because this will be captured on the thumbnail. But over here, you can see there's that little graphic here that's intermediate, the media graphic interactive that has like roses and the little messaging there and the logo, the booming music and the popping and the scaling. And it's covering stuff that basically is that the car? No. Yeah, it's covering stuff on the left-hand side of the room that we want to cover in the previous video. I want to mention very briefly, by the way, that I realized the mic here I adjusted it the wrong way, and then it ended up not landing on cardioid, but on an interviewer two-way panel. So maybe the audio is kind of messed up, a little bit scuffed at the very end. I apologize for the previous video if there was any sort of audio issues. I don't really know right now because I haven't done editing yet. Ooh. I need something really hard yesterday. I got really frustrated with the bag, and I just decided to hurt myself a little bit. Anyways, so we're going to continue. In the previous video, we covered some stuff like, for example, at the very beginning, I tried to do like a mock introduction. I haven't done that in a while. Notice the self-therapeutic self-recovery process and project, but now it's more into like being a place for people to go if they don't have a secure place to call home or a place for people to call family. That's kind of what it was, in addition to the fact that it's also the concept is like a SOL slice of life plus RL in real life put together. So when I was covering that, I mentioned that basically 2 points I didn't realize that I would be covering in that video was the changing landscape again of as you can say YouTube and stuff like that, right? So for example, the reaction game on just watching videos, watching people react, that's not a big thing anymore. It doesn't work. Studio got kind of revolutionized that a little bit, and then even they got kind of smashed. It's just, and it's understandable, people are in different stages of life right now, so that's not going to be something that pops off anymore. They're too busy. We're just too busy. We're not kids anymore. We have so much stuff to do. And it reflects my lifestyle as well. So reactions are kind of out the window. So it's like a bit of anime to a degree. It's already been perfected. It's like reached this pinnacle, the height, the best animation you can get is right out there. There's not really much more to look forward to, I think, right now. That can surprise you anyway. And then next, so is also the niche of like self-improvement has been quite a bit. It's like 2-3 years of the game now. Self-improvement, trauma, therapy, recovery, all that stuff, as well as forms of abuse. That was like 4 or 5 years ago gone. Specifically during that era of like people used to call narcissism and that kind of stuff, right? And it was a very, very drama-laden sphere as well, by the way. Outside of self-improvement and self-help, there was kind of like abuse and trauma thing going on the side that was kind of, so all that kind of stuff is kind of past, and it's kind of wondered, is that really fitting for this channel anymore, given that I am aiming for some level of growth. In addition to that, so those are some topics that I want to mention in terms of the content generation side, some things that gone out of date. We also covered the right-hand side of the room, which I'm now effectively oriented. I'm sitting on now because we covered everything here on this left side. We covered like the toiletries, all the things that have been moved out, the room, the logistics, how it's changed, laundry equipment, the bookshelf, the crates, the artifacts, the courseware, the books and souvenirs and paperwork, and how things are now and how things were before. So it's basically a before and after. I realize I only said that. I'm only saying this for the first time right now, but I should have said it more recently. It's actually in the title in the previous video. It's like a before and after snapshot, and I'm pretty sure at least one of these videos is going to say that, so that before and after continued. So that's what's happening. We also covered during that particular video the card there that I'm kind of blocking the way now that I want to paint with acrylic paint, I forgot to mention during the video that acrylic is actually, I did some research, it is in fact good for fabric. I was wondering what kind of paints. I was initially thinking spray paint would work better, but no. So we can just use acrylic paint and just allow it to dry, and that actually works good on fabrics. So we went through the logistics of painting the whole thing. We're gonna just cover the floor a little bit, flipping the bag upside down. In addition to that, we covered a bit of laundry with the winter wear. The closet over there is kind of open on the side, not this side, that side, which I'm blocking right here, right here. It's like a thumbnail right now. Bag up there, the only thing the closet emptied out was the clothing, the blankets, the decorated wear crates once again. And then up there is also like a bag of clothing, of winter wear, jackets that we still have to throw. We have to put and throw into the storage, not throw away. But we have to wash the winter wear gear. And that is where we left off. Curbing into this skirt, into this video right now. So lots to cover, lots of stuff. And this is all just basic, menial, trivial daily life stuff. Not daily life stuff, but like, you know, logistical planning. Very boring stuff. This is not stuff that I would get into, honestly. I mean, but it is, I guess, if you guys are moving out, this is something that you guys have all had to do before. So feel free to say something, share your stories. All right, so basically over here, far back, we're continuing off. I want to mention that the main highlight of this video is actually not the room itself. I thought we were going to cover the entire room in the previous video. We did not. The main crux of this video is actually all the garbage we got to throw away, all the food. So there will be a pause in this video later on, and I'm going to just conglomerate all of the food into one side, go run through all the packaging, all the wrapping, all the crap, and then what's recycled, what's not, sort them out, and then put it all together. And that's actually the main focus. There's so much food and garbage here that we gotta get rid of. But first, let's just continue covering the room so that we can actually cover also the office desk behind here. When I switch the camera around, you'll see all the garbage and all the crap that's on here. And should be interesting. I don't know if it's interesting. I will say that it is alleviating for me. So with that being said, back to where we left off. I'm going to switch scenes now because at this point you can't see. There we go. So there you see, that's what's remaining. So we just covered the closet region right here. This hand, that hand, left hand, right hand. Over there you can see there's a crate. On top there's like the bag with clothing. There's like scarf, winter jacket, stuff like that, with umbrella. The umbrella got keep. The scarf, jacket has to be washed in the laundry in addition with this jacket. And so while we're on that topic, you know, I didn't take a shower for 8 fucking days. 8 days, you know, it's a new record. I made it to 10 days actually, I think. Horrible, awful, felt disgusting. But it was just that much stuff back to back to back, and I was not taking care of myself, and there was just so much to do. I would just go out for 18 hours, come back, you know, just drop dead, and then wake up again, and go back out again, and then come back, sleep, work, repeat, sleep, work, repeat. It's just fucking like that for the entire past couple weeks. And so just, yeah, I gotta wash that stuff so we can toss it into a storage bag, and then hey, I'm feeling more vernacular now. I'm talking with like language, and toss this. We're back into the camera spirit. Thank goodness. Toss that in the bag, chuck it over to storage. We'd love to get it done as soon as possible. Hopefully over the coming 2-3 days when we can do the laundry, take a shower. Oh, we did right now. We've taken that shower already, so we're into the next phase. Now it's been 5 days since I took that previous shower, so I gotta make sure I actually clean myself again. It's so bad. I used to take a shower every other day, right? It'd be like, you know, 5 times a week, 5 out of 7 days, right? It's like every day that you come home from work, shower, and every other day if you're not working during the winter. In the summer, I think you shower. That's what am I talking about? We're showering right now. But basic hygiene, stuff like that, I'm not even able to maintain that. And you'll see when I show you all the trash behind this camera here. It'll be so interesting in my perspective. I'm clean free. I don't usually let this happen. But I kind of let it all loose when I started to see how empty the room was. I was like, oh, we can take advantage of this. We can screw around a little bit and we absolutely did screw around, I will say. Alright, so there's the crate. Inside the crate, so stuff on top, laundry, but the crate as well should also be moved away. So there's going to be that bag with the winter clothing washed inside the closet, got moved to storage, but then we've got that crate, that blue crate over there. It has inside a bunch of like kitchenware, pots, cutlery, equipment, butcher knives, stuff like that, baking trays, stuff like that too. And then we're gonna put inside also some non-perishable foods, for example, oatmeal and herbs and spices that we have downstairs in the fridge. That's the only thing outside of this bedroom unit right now that I'm renting out. That's the only thing outside. Everything else is inside the room that belongs to me. Anything else that belongs to me that does not, it is only inside. It is in the fridge. That's it. And just like one little corner. So we're gonna toss that inside there as well, and then we'll go to, there's a spare, actually like spare stuff inside there for security purposes. I'm not gonna say what it is, but we're gonna toss that inside there as well. I'm gonna chuck it over to the storage bin. So yeah. On the side there behind the bed, there's also another crate, a box of paperwork, for example, and that's a lot of stuff that's not courseware, it's not university post-secondary education stuff. That stuff is actually very recent. So we have a whole crate of recent paperwork, mail, letters, government documentation, banking, financial stuff. Important stuff that we gotta take care of. Also volunteering equipment. I noticed volunteering paperwork, books, and guides, certificates, blah, all that stuff inside the crate. We gotta figure that out. It's heavy. That one's heavy. I thought I was going to move that out when my buddies came over, which is going to be a topic that we'll cover once we're covering the garbage here, because there was some stuff that we gave away to my friends and mutual friends who were helping me to move out a couple of days ago. It's a week ago now. It's crazy. Time flies, man. Time flies when you're working. Well, time always flies because I'm always working. Because you wouldn't be wrong to call me workaholic. Okay, at the back there, we also have some bags. We use that in sciences. We talk about those are the recyclable bags, masks, tissue paper, the toiletries, stuff like that, laundry, fabric, that kind of stuff has got to stay, obviously, because we can't use it. And then at the very bottom here, of course, and then finally, last but not least, there's the bed here, right? The bed here. See the paintbrushes here still don't belong, but the bed sheets and the blankets should be washed because, once again, me and my dirty ass 10-day sleeping, 10-day without shower kind of thing, the bed sheets need to be washed as well. Down here as well, you can see there's also quite a bit of mess. I want to mention that there are these like sandals here. The dollar store that should also go in storage, but they're of the right branding colors, red and black. You know how it works. And then just for $4, and we need new sandals because, once again, our filthy ass 10-day showers, we don't wash our sandals. We just buy new sandals because they're so dead cheap. Yeah, and the sandals, these ones will not be used here. We're not going to contaminate them with our dirty feet or the dirty house. We're just going to use these in our new rental unit, new place that we'll be living. Oh, I banned. Kauai, I believe that's a Hawaiian name. And then there's some erasers here, but we're not going to cover that until next video, I think. You can see, most importantly, it's just as I mentioned in the previous video, there's that plastic stuff there. There's that Wendy's crap over here. There's the luggage bag that we take out every day with the laptop and stuff like that, so that we can actually work on stuff outside. And underneath there's a platform of the paperwork and plastic bags to get dirty in the room. Behind there's the rollerblades. There's also toilet paper, basically, and a heater. All that kind of stuff, like small items that we still need right now. Black, and then we have, of course, black plastic bags for packaging anything else. Very desperate to remove this. absolutely desperate to remove this, but I can't because I haven't painted the cart yet. It's a fucking annoying. So again, this bag here of Wendy's, like the spill from like 2 weeks ago. Thank goodness it didn't have any sugar in it. It was like a 0 sugar root beer. Wiped it all up. We still have this here. And the main reason is because I'm thinking of using the platform to capture the paint from the trolley, but I want to throw it away as soon as possible. I know that it doesn't have any sugar, but it's still food, and I want to get rid of it as soon as possible, ASAP. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So the rollerblades probably should go away too, but after that, most of the stuff here I can't really get rid of because I'll be using. In fact, even the rollerblades, I don't see why I wouldn't use that. I'll have a chance here. I still have some rollerblade equipment here, ironically. Okay, so it's time to turn the camera around and see the mess that is the mess behind this office desk. Kind of rhymes. We're 16 minutes in. I'm going to pull this out. I know I cannot cover all the garbage, but we'll cover as much as we can. So first, what we'll do. Oh, forgot to mention, by the way, I should have covered this side as next to the bed side on the left-hand side. We're gonna cover this region B, which had like the crate was here before, but then there's also a chair with the fitness equipment and the books that we read, and it's all gone. It's all gone. Perfect. Okay. And oh, there's also like tools and equipment, like handyman, construction work kind of stuff. So like tools, box cutters, and screwdrivers, all that stuff. Kind of moved away, except for the stuff that we really need. There is actually a kit here. The toolbox is actually here, but the massive crate of tools is gone. Just the toolbox is here. Okay, so with that being said, right, like we said, we are going to cover the backdrop. I just realized there's something really important here I have to cover. We'll save it for the next video, actually. Most important thing I said, the main topic is all the fucking garbage behind this desk. It's disgusting. I hate it. We're gonna cleanse just on the theme of me being this OCD, perfectionistic, neurotic, CPTSD person, and we're kind of, we're past that phase. We're not like that so much anymore. But on keeping with that kind of theme, we might as well get rid of it, all this garbage here. So we're gonna turn to the right hand side of the desk here. Here's the laptop, right? Recording right now with OBS Studio. Right hand side here is the ring light, and I'm gonna turn off the ring light. Hopefully you can see, maybe with less contrast. You can see all this crap here, all this food here. What's the face cam that's getting in the way? So maybe we can turn that off. Hopefully it doesn't make it too dark. 3, 2, 1. No, that makes it too dark. So there you go. You can see there's some food here on the side, and there's actually more on the side. If I turn over and I showcase where my finger's pointing, there's actually a box. No, not a box, but a basket with like books that I said for fitness as well as for reading. And it's got a bunch of like bags and wraps on that. So over here as well on the desk, and then also onto the side. Turn over to the left on the office. There's also a little bit of food here. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to, now that I've showcased it, there's also bottles of like supplements that have been finished. I'm going to just place the camera down, steady it, and I'm going to pause the video, sort that stuff out on the side here so you can see, and then we're going to just we're just going to go run, we're going to run through it, and just kind of very quickly package it all together. And that's all. We're going to toss it out. In addition, we have this bag here too on the floor that we're going to cover. So I'm going to pause the video at this point, and then we will restart. Probably about 2 minutes for my time, but for you guys, it'll be immediately. So let me just pause the video. All right, so we just paused the video, right? Magic, Houdini. All right, guys, prepare yourselves for all the trash that's on the side here. There's going to be fucking, So I want to make a quick mention here. I'm just going to move something around. I'm going to take the luxury to move that around right now. So for example, there's some food here. There's like black pepper crackers. There's some stuff here that's not going to be covered, even though it's food related, and that's because they're actually not finished. So there's actually food here that's not completely done yet. I thought I'd eaten most of the stuff, but there's actually quite a fair bit of food here that I haven't eaten yet. So on that note, that kind of stuff we're actually going to leave and not touch. We can cover that in the next one. it helps because we don't have a lot of time right now, so we might as well just leave whatever we can for the future if we have the opportunity to do that. So I just felt that was worth mentioning. Man, there's just so much. I noticed I'm seeing more stuff here that should be moved off to the side. I'm gonna pause it for a second. Pause. All right, just so you know, I am actually taking a photograph with my phone. It's that crazy. There's actually this, if you could, I'm gonna turn to the side right here. Man, we have to make a separate video for this. It's just so much. Look at that. Look at that. It's crazy. Look at the mess. Holy shit. You can see I have my phone right now. I set my phone right now. I'm a nerd, right? So I'm very STEM oriented. I'm doing what my cousin used to. So I have a cousin who works in engineering, and I won't say in which branch for privacy confidential, but he used to do, like, you know, think of like infrastructure engineering, you know, for planning out sites, for, I don't know, waste disposal, for building up new buildings and, you know, new building suites, and you know, the highways and the bridges and the roads. So he's into that kind of engineering. And there was this, you know, let me put the phone up. Let's do a few photographs here. I'm going to do it right on the phone, on the video. So he and I, we had this great conversation many years ago. I was trying to learn a little bit, and he was, you know, teaching me a little bit of stuff. And he would go on these inspection rounds. He would go out with his supervisor and his colleagues, and they'd go out onto the road during traffic, and it'd be like rush hour and whatnot, right? So you get congested and stuck in there. But what they would do is they would take the courtesy and the opportunity when they're stuck in traffic. They pull their phones and they're literally taking 500, 1,000, 1,500 photographs along the road all the way through, near and around the side of the roads, trying to capture all the cracks, the breaks in the concrete, all that kind of stuff. So that, and then they document all this stuff because they have all the know-how, the engineering know-how, about, you know, what to do for these certain potholes or cracks and how to fill it up and so on and so forth. And basically that's kind of what I felt like I was doing right now. I was taking photographs. I was like, this is nuts. This is insane. Look at this. Look at all that. Look at all that dysfunction. I feel like a health and safety inspector. I just found like a bunch of huge ass roaches in here. There are no roaches, but you know, get the idea. I realize now that, by the way, the time is tight. It's 25 minutes in. I don't know how I managed to cover so much, cover so little in a single video. I think it's because I did too much recap. But that was only, I noticed that was only the first 7 minutes, so I'm not sure why. I think it's because I covered the left side of the room. That has to be it. And that took up so much time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rebrand this video podcast as focusing a little bit of storytelling on my cousin's engineering inspection duties, and also the left side of the room continued the before and after snapshot. There was too much covered in the previous video podcast anyway, so I might as well just kind of like shift some of the keywords and terminology over onto the second one, and then we will cover all this food here. I'm not sure if I can record it immediately after this. Time is tight, but maybe we'll record it when we come back. Who knows? We'll see. You guys won't know whether or not. I'll let you. I'll fill you in, but it's not that important. Whether I record it immediately after I end this video, or maybe when I come back later today. Doesn't really matter. But it's all going to the trash. That's for sure. Okay. Peace. Oh, yeah. There's too much time here. It's like 25 minutes in. So I see you guys in the next one, and peace out.